Praise the Lord. Our friends, they can understand. Maybe you'll be one of them by the end of this video. Big news. I just found out I am the second for housing in Denver, Colorado. The place that I had fled when I was unable to keep working at 7-Eleven because I had no place to stay. I had already picked up everything I owned and relocated it to 7-Eleven multiple times. We got an emergency. We got an emergency. Being homeless is an emergency, and mine has lasted 664 days. I'm second on the list for housing in Denver. Recently here, I had to go without a phone charger. That means nothing else happens. Nothing else at all can happen until the phone gets charged. I had to leave the homeless shelter without a phone into a city I did not know and go obtain a phone charger without being able to contact anyone that could help me get the phone charger at night in San Francisco. I want you to look at my foot here. Can we see my foot here? This little spot here was a big spot earlier. The yellowing on my toes is not hepatitis. It is not something. It's actually something that appears to be healing. I've had to walk to the health clinic and check up on that after being at the hospital in Denver. Do you remember that video where it's snowing? I had to leave Denver because I was so mad at Josh Eves, who said I could stay there till a Tuesday. It's Monday night. I'm clocking out. I'm almost at his house. And he says, I just changed my mind. I'm going to sleep not with a married man, but with somebody else. You're just going to have to fend for yourself. That's what happens. That's why I was unable to keep working at 7-Eleven. I could be working at 7-Eleven right now, making money and being the second on the list for housing, going into a new place, having finally secured housing, and having a job. Do you understand that? Now I have to get out of the way so that someone with a home can park their Lexus. Do you see how being homeless is always on the go? All of the time. Usually it's for somebody, an innocent person, maybe they worked hard, whatever, but the thing is, they're having to park their car and I'm having to relocate. I need help back to Denver very much. Coming up to San Francisco was not a failure at all. I was able to show that I can get up and go and not kill someone. They costed me the job that it took 5 months to get. I have never been arrested in my entire lifetime. I was at UNN University my third week homeless, the university I graduated from, and they kicked me out because my father went to January 6th. I need to get back to Denver very badly. What happens if they call the first person that's next up and then they call the second person and I'm not there? Then I'm still homeless in San Francisco. I'm almost the bottom of the list here. I've already been homeless for almost 2 years. Do I look homeless to you? Do you know how much that takes to maintain your physical appearance and your pride and your dignity, and knowing your father's a child molester, and knowing no boomer in McDowell County, West Virginia is ever going to do anything about that or stop shitting in a river? The man of my dreams, it appears, recently also stopped being homeless. Well, he stopped being homeless. I haven't stopped being homeless yet. He actually went to war for us. he got a 430 square foot apartment. It is smaller than my apartment, and my apartment was 500 square feet and $1,200 a month. My dad's house is 6,000 square feet, and the mortgage on that is $850 per month. I want us all to remember how everything all started. There were two men, two boomers. They asked a woman each to marry them. They promised God to love, cherish, and obey them, to have and to hold, in sickness and in health, till death do them part. Both of these men ejaculated their penises and had a full-blown orgasm on purpose, most likely, and to the woman that they married temporarily. Both of these men, my father and the man of my dreams' father, did not honor their promise to God. They got a divorce. The man of my dreams went to war for us, and I painted the mural in Princeton, West Virginia, honoring all veterans. Not the same at all as serving, but I was supposed to be on summer vacation, and I worked on that from before the time the sun went up till after the sun went down. We are probably gonna get like the exact same kind of housing. It makes me mad. We're not even together. In fact, right now, he's mad at me. But he can just deal with being mad for a while. I need to get back to Denver. What would you be doing if this was you? I'm going to ask everyone to find a way to just hold on to solutions. I need to get back to Denver. I have been homeless coast to coast, and I've just been trying to get home the entire time. Does that make sense to anyone? Okay, I haven't been on vacation at all. I've been desiring to be at home this entire time, day and night. When I was kidnapped, before I was kidnapped, and after I was kidnapped, I was still homeless. I can't explain how frustrating it is. I left Denver because I had to. Even if I was actually... There's that video, and the diamonds are the only reason we have beautiful days at all video. You will see me in the front yard of a place. I had the cash in my hand. I was ready to rent and not be homeless there. That man decided he was just gonna go with someone else because he could. Okay? So I came to San Francisco. I had a limited amount of time where that money was either going to be spent in Denver, and then I would have no money and just be in Denver. I'm mad at the person who caused me to lose the job, or I could have came out here. And I came out here. I do think that coming to California was a good time to just wait. And I did secure shelter, but now I can't secure work because the license, birth, and social were robbed. I need to get back to Denver as soon as possible. I need somebody out there to be like, we understand. It would make sense. Like, I would go back to Denver and immediately get off the bus or train and just go back to the homeless shelter. Just wait it out. But I need to be in Denver so when they call me, I can be there for the appointment. That's how bad it is. I've already talked to the case manager today. It just makes me so angry at how people cannot see this, and this opportunity could just slide by. That's really where I'm at. I want to tell you a little bit. I'm going to close this video and end with when I first became homeless in Atlanta at the Greyhound station. Well, I'll tell you two things. One is, we just had an essence of calm at the homeless shelter. It was a few hours of where There wasn't a TV on, the air conditioners were on high, and everybody was quiet. And that enabled me to have a sense of peace, serenity, calm. It was the best thing. And it was really only because the right two people were working, the staff members. It was a bald-headed man who has been like, we need to be caring about these people like they're customers. That was kind of what he said the other day. And then the other person was this new girl that started, and she was, the other day, I was like, can we turn the TV down? She was like, we'll turn the TV off. And I was like, let's turn it off. Having a TV on has never helped anybody defeat homelessness. But I was at the Atlanta Greyhound station, and I did sell my TV to my friend Zach. He bought it as I was leaving Colorado for North Carolina, the original plan. And then my Cash App card, I dropped it at the soft drink station, and I lost the $76 I had on it. 75 of it was from him buying the TV. Zach died. It's awful. But I remember in that moment asking my friend Russell Davis, who's from America's #1 TV hometown, Mount Airy, North Carolina, the inspiration behind the Andy Griffith Show. And in the old millennium and in the new millennium, we have a divorce attorney, my mom's very first one, as the chief politician for over 16 years. Russell Davis was homeless in his hometown. Russell Davis refused to help me get a drink. And I just want to say, like, if we think back on September 11th, for the people in the airplanes, it must have been hell for them. I'm sure that it was. But it was hell for what? 30, 45 minutes? This has been going on for 646 days. Russell refused to help me get a drink in the first 48 hours of me being homeless. I need to get back to Denver because the housing process that I started in September 2022, here it is almost July. I think it is July 2024. I'm ready to not be homeless. I need to get back to Denver.